Well, I've already said on previous reactions to Michael Jackson that my favorite period in his music is from the age of 13 to 19 by Michael. I just find his voice so pure and so elegant and so emotional. And yeah, I mean, he was obviously great from 20 onwards, but there's his voice is just a little bit more polished by the time by the time he becomes 20, and occasionally just a little bit gimmicky, whatever, but still extraordinary. But this is my favorite period, and this is perhaps the most innocent song of all time, possibly. My two favorite preteen and teen singers of all time are Michael Jackson and the current young genius Grace Vanderwaal. They are able to put a vulnerability into their music, their lyrics, their voices that is a step or two above all other performers, even Brenda Lee and many others. This song was actually written by three adults who evidently remember what it's like to be a child. So here's the first couple of quick phrases on this to show what it's like to be a child and the optimism and the charity and love that you feel before you start learning a whole lot about life. With a child's heart, go face the worries of the day. With a child's heart, turn each problem into play. No need to worry, no need to fear. Just being alive makes it all so very clear. With a child's heart, nothing to ever get you down. Yeah, I remember that time. For me, it was like 8 to 11 years old, something like that. Anyway, this is a performance. Oh, this was also recommended to me. I was going to do this anyway, but it was recommended, I think, yesterday by Nasty Spaghetti. So here you go, Nasty Spaghetti. Here it comes. And many others have said they wanted more Michael Jackson. Anyway, this is a performance he did in 1973 on Soul Train. Loved me some Soul Train when I was a kid. And I think Michael was still 14 here, not quite 15. And I haven't seen it, as far as I know. So look at that face. Goodness gracious. He just had such a terrific personality and expression. Okay, so here we go with the child's heart.
Michael, I'm going to ask you to do one of my favorite things of many, many beautiful things you've done, and it's With a Child's Heart, okay?
Okay, thank you. I'll be happy to.
All right.
Oh my God, he's 14. Do you hear that voice? That's like a 10-year-old voice in a 14-year-old boy, close to 15. He had such an innocence about him that I love. Okay, so here we go.
About it for Michael.
This may be lip synced, I don't know. But anyway, who cares?
With a child's heart,
Wow.
go face the worries of the day.
I love how he accentuates that.
With a child's heart,
Wow.
turn each problem into play. No need to worry.
A vibrato.
No need to fear. Just being alive makes it all so very clear. With the child's heart,
So rich.
nothing can ever get you down. With a child's heart, you've got no reason to frown. Love is as welcome as a sunny, sunny day. child, so gay and so carefree. Yeah.
Sing it, Michael. So confident.
The whole world smiles with you as you go your merry way.
Wow.
Oh, with a child's heart, nothing's gonna get me down. Oh, with a child's heart. Oh, nothing's gonna get me down. Oh, with a child's heart.
Wow. So lovely.
Nothing's gonna get me down.
Oh, goodness.
Michael,
gracious.
I'm going to ask you to
Oops. I mean, my gosh. Let me get his face back up here. Such a wonderful young man. Oh my gosh. Ah, jeez. Where do you even start on this? I mean, you have to start with his voice. I mean, he had a generational voice. It was just one of those. I mean, as soon as you heard, even if you didn't hear the instrumentation, once you heard the voice, you knew who it was. Excuse me. It's he's just got the ability to go through so many ranges. He's got that sort of whisper. He had a sort of light rasp to his low end of his tenor, I guess. But then just immediately it would go into that high tenor, almost falsetto. And it was so clear, such a gorgeous, emotional, it's just like almost this ethereal voice that he had. And there's so much emotion. Wow. That's truly astounding. It's a hard voice to put your finger on because it's unlike so many others. It's just one of those that goes right through you, especially when he hits those high notes. Wow. And he's so confident in this, as I said. The pacing on this, it's not an easy song to sing because there's the fluidity of it. It's got a staccato rhythm, dun 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 dun, dun. And then it stops and starts, and he does it so beautifully. But it's the vulnerability in his voice and in this song, and you truly believe he understands what it's like to have a child's heart, even though he didn't write the lyrics on this. But you always felt that way about Michael, even during the Thriller days in the early to middle 80s. I mean, you got a sense that he was still a child, that he basically always stayed a child, even though he had a tragic end. I'm not going to talk about that, though. It's whatever. It's this period that really gets me, the 70s for me, the 70s Michael Jackson. But I heard this song when it came out. I think it was 73. I was 13. I was 2 years younger than Michael. But boy, it grabbed me as a kid. Man. It's just astounding how pure he was. And he did not have a very pleasant upbringing with their dad being kind of an authoritarian. But somehow he kept that innocence. And it comes through in his voice and the way he is. He had so much confidence up on stage. He's so charismatic. Yes, this was lip synced, but who cares? Wow. I just love Michael Jackson. Yeah. Okay. Y'all let me know what you think. And give me your comments. Okay. Take care of yourselves. Bye now.